something that you come home, you're comfortable in. But if you were to grab me by the collar and ask me like, which one is more important, then I'll definitely say function first.
Hi everyone, welcome to Takeaway with Avenue 88, where we share insights from the real estate industry. I'm Chantel, and today we have Winstar with us.
Hi everyone, my name is Winstar from Noble Interior Design.
Yes, Winstar, also known as the Homes Guy, is a realtor and also a partner in Noble Interior Design. Winstar combines his expertise in real estate and design to help families transform properties into homes. Today, we are diving into designing homes with style and function in mind, a topic that is so close to our hearts because home is not just a space, but it's also a place where family and friends gather.
Yeah, it's very true, Chantel. It's in the day-to-day mundane moments in our life, like family dinners, chaotic mornings, and late night talks, for example, that we forged our most cherished moments. So that's why it's very important to design a home that is both beautiful and functional.
Yeah, so Winstar, I know that there is home video right in your interior design channel that generated more than 300,000 views, and that is none other than your own home. And having visited your home several times, I must say that it really feels very different from the usual BTO home, and it's always an enjoyable space, right, when we have gatherings. So perhaps you can share with us, like, what was the process like for you? Were there challenges, and did being a designer give you an advantage?
Okay, definitely being a designer have its advantage. So I think that there will be a lot of things to share, but to streamline it, maybe I go through a little bit on the entire process of how it came to be. When we were selecting the property, BTO, right?
Yep.
We planned out and we knew for certain what are the priorities. So when we were selecting, we knew that we wanted a higher ceiling.
Yep.
So for HDB, that would be the highest level, the top level.
That's right.
And we wanted to have a open concept kitchen. So when we were down to select the unit, our ballot number was a bit to the later side. So we don't have a lot of options by the time we select the units. So it's by the time it's our turn, we only had the option to select whether we wanted high ceiling. If we selected high ceiling, there wasn't any available open concept kitchen. If we wanted open concept kitchen, then we can't have high ceiling. So
Wow. So you can't have the cake and eat it. Have to
yes. So at the spot, we had to make a decision. So we decided that we wanted a higher ceiling. So I think that's important to us because we wanted the space to look more like bigger, more spacious. And having higher ceiling generally makes it nicer lah. So then with that being said, of course, after selecting it, I was a bit upset lah. Yeah, but
Do you regret?
So of course, to this date, I don't regret it because along the planning process, we made sure that we made it work. So with that restriction and limitation in mind, right? So we made sure that it still works to our favor functionally.
Yeah.
So after that being selected, then we started to plan the layout.
So this is like a 4-room kind of layout that you have.
Yes, so a 4-room unit, and we started to plan the layout and how we visualized how we wanted the space to work, and we knew for certain that we wanted a bigger space. So now that we cannot have an open concept kitchen, right?
Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure that we still have a bigger living room, because we really cannot imagine ourselves having a very small dining table in our living space and just not much room to move around.
Yeah.
So that's why we tore down the walls of the bedroom nearer to the living room to enlarge the living space.
Yeah.
And we also prioritize having like a bigger master bedroom, and we only needed another small room, which we knew that we wanted kids at the start. So we hacked down the room with the walls between the master bedroom and the room next to it to enlarge the master bedroom and shrunk down bedroom 2. Yeah. So that but knowing that we wanted kids, right? So bedroom 2 can still fit a queen size bed and a mini wardrobe. Yeah.
Wow, that's quite smart because having visited your space, right? I do realize that your master room is quite sizable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then your living room is very comfortable. Like it's a good size. So I think good job in managing those portions there. Yeah.
So I think That's the function part of things that we wanted to do. And then after that, that's where I started to plan in more on the aesthetic and style part of things, where we select the laminates, the what type of flooring that we want to do, and shop for the furniture and items to match the entire theme that we're after.
Now that we have gone through your process, right? What do you think is more important, style or functionality?
I think both are equally important because you definitely need the space to look nice aesthetically, something that you come home, you're comfortable in. But if you were to grab me by the collar and ask me like, which one is more important, then I'll definitely say function first, definitely. Because in any planning process, I think you need to plan the function first. You know where certain things go, what's the usual routine for your lifestyle
Yeah.
is like before you plan out the aesthetics. So like for my approach, usually plan the layout first, and then once the layout is settled, then you go and add in the colors, the theme that you want, the nitty-gritty details lah.
I like what you mentioned about the function part of things, right? So Singapore spaces are like usually really quite small and limited. So with that, right, what are your insights about building with such limitations in mind?
So it's true that in Singapore, like if you were to see any like HDB BTOs, new condos, I mean we see a lot of houses, right? The layout are generally the same nowadays. You come into the house, you generally know where your shoe cabinet is going to be, where you're going to place your TV. The HDB already planned where your TV is going to be with all the land points and stuff like that. You go into the bedrooms, you know where your wardrobes are at, and condos is already there. So with that in mind, it's very important to know with those planned areas already, how you can still make things work for you, like function wise. So like for example, nowadays there are a lot of people that want to have robo vacuum. So you need to cater space for that, and where you put like maybe your socks, little things
Little
that
things, that's right.
up to this kind of
True,
thing.
true.
So some people they want to put it in a master bedroom. Some people want to put it by the door where the shoes are. So different people have different needs, and So my usual approach would be, I'll advise my homeowners, visualize the space first. Visualize your day to day. Even before you start planning the renovation, visualize how your day works. When you exit the house, you need to check yourself in the mirror, whether you want to take your socks from the drawers over there, and you need a seat when you exit the house, for example. Then for those who cook regularly, how your workflow is like in the kitchen. Maybe you got a dishwasher, so would you want it to be right next to the sink? And so these are the things that I think every individual should go and plan properly before you design the house lah.
That's true, right? That's so practical, and also like I think once this functionality part is being sorted out, right, then how do you bring in the style part of things?
Then of course, once the layout is set, you know where certain things go. Then that's where the aesthetic part comes in, like selecting the type of flooring that you want, the finishes that you are after, the paint finish, the laminate of choice for your built-in cabinets, selecting the kind of furniture that you have. There are so many things to plan out, even down to the decor at the end, like your light fittings, whether it's task light. Lights are very important on how the entire place would feel like after that. So whether it's task light, ambience, functional lightings and stuff like that. So layout first, and then after that all these aesthetic things come into play. And then of course balancing both function and aesthetics. I think it's always if you want one, then there might be certain compromises. So for example, if you need a lot more storage, you definitely need more cabinet space, maybe deeper, thicker, and which will make the space more bulky. And when it's bulky, you have limited space, make the space more claustrophobic. That's where we have to creatively make sure that how do we tackle this, like counter this. So maybe we can add in more lighting. Maybe the the colors that we select are lighter color, white color, for example, or add in mirrors to help to enlarge the space. So these are things that we should consider lah. Yeah.
Yeah, as you were sharing about balance, right? I actually have like this a mental visualization of your house. So I realized that like in your house, right, you do have a panel of like fluted panels along one side of your wall. So coming from your foyer, and then that is an L shape, right? So there is a white fluted panels, right? So and I mean the first time when I was there, I didn't realize that, but then after that I realized that actually your common bathroom door was actually fitted at right at the corner of it. So I thought that it's a very good touch because right, it makes your living area looks larger. Yeah, and I'm just thinking let's say if it was the traditional, you know, plain white wall, like plain wall and a door, like if you can see that separation, it actually makes like the living room look smaller. So I thought that was quite smart, and I can see like how you actually did balance function with style with that touch lah.
Yeah. So for that, it's quite interesting because like the function of things is what we thought first. So we definitely wanted to conceal the bathroom, the common bathroom door and the household shelter door, mainly because of aesthetics, and also we just don't like to see those doors, and that being there actually affects the entire feel of the living area, and that actually adds additional storage. I don't know if you realize. So coming into the house, right, there's this foyer area, which we brought down the entire ceiling. So
yes.
So that's actually a very comfortable segregated foyer area.
Yeah, I remember it's like a cozy corner, brown. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, correct. So we brought down that also because we don't want to see that there was a beam on top. That flies across, which is not very nice. So with that, we brought down the ceiling, which adds purpose also, like segregated foyer area. And on top of that, there's actually additional storage space.
Oh, I didn't know that there's storage.
Yeah. So there's
like,
also additional storage
all
space.
along I thought that it's just a beam because I thought you just even out the beam, but I didn't thought that it was a storage.
Yeah,
that's
so
quite smart. Because it
creatively
totally doesn't look like storage.
yeah. So that's why the fluted panel throughout the entire wall, even at the top portion, it conceals the storage area.
Wow,
Yeah,
very
so
cool.
We actually have a lot of storage area, but it's nicely concealed. Yeah.
Wow, that's very smart. That's very smart. Yeah. So with that, right, Winstar, if you have to distill everything into 3 main tips for the listeners, right, what would that be?
I think firstly, understand your needs. Like what I mentioned earlier is to visualize your space, your daily routine, how you usually live your life, what you want, how you move around the house. First, definitely that's the most important. Then after that is to plan function first. Think of the storage areas, the safety workflow, focusing on like your workflow like before the aesthetics come in. Then after that, then you come in with your personal touch, the aesthetic side of things, and also maybe it would be good to even add in like happy things, family photos, things that are more personal to you, which makes the space a home lah. Yeah. So
I like your step-by-step approach. I think that is like very clear. It feels like renovating a home is like a layering process where you first identify your needs and then you plan with a function in mind, and then you add in the aesthetics part. I like how you just break them down into that layer, so it's very clear. Yeah. So thank you, Winstar, for sharing your journey with us.
Welcome.
And all these practical tips. So we hope the tips shared today is helpful for you. If you find today's episode helpful, do share it with a friend, or if there are topics you'd like us to cover, do also PM us or leave it in the comments. And remember to like and subscribe. Till next time, goodbye.
Bye.